Sunday, happy Sunday, man. Look, I should have been did a video like this, man. I've been home for a week. I just been enjoying time with my wife, dog. Like, I be gone working so much, bro. When I finally get home, I really just want to dedicate time, to my old lady and my children, you know what I'm saying, and my kids. So, I apologize, you know what I'm saying. I ain't, today is Sunday. Like I said, I might release this tomorrow. I might drop this on tomorrow and keep. I've been trying to keep a solid, I've been trying to keep, what they call it, hold up. I've been trying to keep a routine, bro, where I stay consistent, you know what I'm saying, my consistency. I'm trying to stay, like, doing everything on a Monday. You feel me? First day of the week, start the week off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we're gonna probably drop it tomorrow. I got today a little different because when I get home, of course, my regimens change. Not too often, but they do change when I get home with the wife, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I spend quality time, so like a lot of times I switch my routine to hers. Her routine incorporates a lot of cardio, you know what I'm saying? A lot of cardio, like, yeah, I'm sub 200, you know what I'm saying? So I'm right up under 200. I fluctuate between 200 and right between 195 and 200, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how lean I want to get, I drop down to like 200 or whatever, yeah. But, I'll drop down to like 195. If I really want to lean out, I'll drop down all the way to 190, bro. All the way to 190. Like, we finna go, like, if I know we finna go, like, to the beach or something like that, I definitely drop down to like 190. 188 is the lowest I go. That's like real strict for me, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, her regimen incorporates, I only got her going to the gym 3 times a day. 3 times a week, and she does a lot of 5Ks and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So she do a lot of running. So I incorporate a lot of cardio, you know what I'm saying? A lot of her days are mixed with like upper body and lower body, but I got kind of out of regimen, you know what I'm saying? Yesterday when they took my daughter out to eat and her sister, you know what I'm saying? She's not mine, but, you know what I'm saying? We show love to the kids, dog. That's one thing y'all gonna learn about me. Them kids, I don't play by them children, bro. But I took her sister out, and I took my daughter out to eat, you know what I'm saying, yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Just on some. We'll get in there later on, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too much into that. That's a touchy subject. But yeah, today I got more of a full body. I'm gonna do 2 chests. Well, really no, you know what? I'm gonna do a chest and shoulder, 1 chest. So I'm gonna probably do incline. It'll probably be incline, put the incline press. I'll do seated shoulder press. That's become my favorite, seated barbell. Pull downs, rolls, and probably hex squat. I'll probably do a hex squat, and cause I already hit my hamstrings. We did hamstrings and deadlifts this week already, so I ain't really got to hit hamstrings and glutes. I already did that, but I'll probably do a quad focus. So it'll be incline press, shoulder press, lat pull downs, barbell rolls, hex squat, and then I'll knock out some arms. Probably knock it out like that, man. But yeah, man, we had a pretty decent week, dog. Like, I love spending time with my old lady. I love spending time, with them kids, bro. Like, it's really important to me, especially, like I said, getting around, you know what I'm saying, 30 for the last 6 years, you know what I'm saying, 6, 7 years I've been in the oil field, dog. So I really spend so much time in the grind. When I come home, it's like I just really unwind, dog. You feel me? But, y'all know me, bro. I don't try to talk y'all ear off or nothing like that. I might get into the D why I switched from generic over-the-counter supplements like creatine, which I don't have anything wrong with creatine. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna explain to y'all why. I may get into it if I got enough time today. I get into why I switched from pre-workouts, pump solutions, and why I switched from all that to more of a holistic way of fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get into, you know, my herbs that I take on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Why me and my wife created this supplement company. You know what I'm saying? I may get into the latter a little bit. If I don't get into it today, it'll definitely be in the next video. You heard me? But like I said, man, I ain't gonna talk y'all ill, though. I'm already 6 minutes in. Let's get up in here. I'm not gonna be able to work out with the wife today. She might, cause I know she gonna hit a lot of cardio, so she gonna be doing her run thing today. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see what's up, bro. We gonna see what's up. But let me focus back on the road, dog. I'm gonna get with y'all when I'm in the gym. You hear me? Oh, thank you. Hey. Missed the warm up. Started with 80. Started with the 80. Next up was 100. Probably top out at the 120. that. Ooh. This full body shit be no joke, boy. Man, bro. I ain't did full body in years. Come on. It's the last set getting every time. Oh man. Come on. Everything going in this one. Like the super fly, da. Got the crit in there now. If you don't know about big crit, boy, you sleep. Full body, something else, boy. Man, bro. Second set. I'm gonna see if I got how many I got. Fuck that. Ooh. I'm gonna do more than 3 sets on legs. Probably go up to where I can't hit no more than 8. Set number 2. Keep going up by 2. Had to switch to TI right quick. Ooh. Set number 4. Everybody like to go heavy, so you gotta unrack all this shit. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Jesus Christ. Ooh-wee. Nine for 7, 8. I'm gonna drop the 6 for 20. Possibly. That's 7. Ooh, that's 11. Yeah.
Let me save you some work. Right? That's fine.
What you want to leave? I got 6 on that side. All right. That's a blessing right there, boy. Ooh. Wifey said she wanna do arms with your boy, man. Her form better than some of y'all niggas, man. Cram, homie. Three, 4, 5. Come on, 6, 7, 8. Come on, 2 more, 2 more. Come on. 1 more. Let them skull crush you, boy. This is the best, not my favorite. Tricep builder. You put on mass and definition. Come on. Come on. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on. 8. Come on. 9. Come on. Give me 3 more. Come on. There you go. Come on. 3. 1, 2. 1 more. That's how you push each other, boy. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. Just finished, you know. Oh, damn. That wifey is next to me. Her crazy ass dog. But now I head back out to work tomorrow. So we gonna wash the whips and shit right quick. She go through the she know I'm a big advocate for self washes, you know what I mean? I don't play them games with the regular wash, like drive through. I don't really. That wash messed my Camaro up one too many times, dog. So I go to the little self wash, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna see what's up though, you know what I'm saying? Let me matter of fact, let me look it up right quick. I gotta figure out, man. I'm new to this area, you feel me? So let me look it up right quick. Man, hand washing the whip, dog. I love it, but doing two big ass trucks definitely takes its toll. For real, you hear me? But nah, man, we finna head to the house. We got a couple of orders to meet as far as the supplements. I think I got a few customers back at work I'm gonna deliver to, and then I got a few customers at work, and then I don't know too far if. Damn, son, I should have went. Damn. I don't think I got a ship any out as far as right now. I think majority of the ones that need refills is the people at work. So ain't too much of nothing. But what I will say is I got about a couple of minute drive back, back to the crib. So I just wanted to touch bases on a few things, dog. Nothing too much of your time, but and I do want to put this caveat out there. I never downplay the significance of what other people do. So don't take it as that, you know what I'm saying? Don't take it as that. What I will say is, from my experiences and being in the fitness industry for man, bro, these people can't drive, dog. But what I will say is this, man, like, staying on topic, is my experiences being in the industry for, I would say roughly, now I'm going on probably about almost 7, 8 years. You know what I'm saying? I did bodybuilding for about 3 years. Powerlifting for maybe a year and a half. So I don't have as much tenure as a lot of other people, you hear me? So I'm not finna say I'm no expert or nothing. But what I will say is I've consistently been working out for at least about 8 years now, you know what I'm saying? Consistently, you hear me? And that's starting at the ground level of calisthenics, all ground game, push-ups, body weight dips, pistol squats, pull-ups, dips, all that, you hear me? Like, really started with the ground game before I even picked up a weight, you feel me? That's where my foundation is. But I say all that to say this. My experiences don't speak for the end all be all, you feel what I'm saying? So don't take it as that. This is just my opinion from, like I said, my experiences. I haven't taken pre-workout I haven't taken pre-workout in almost 3.5 years. Yeah, it's probably been 3.5 since I haven't taken pre-workout. I haven't taken creatine in almost 5. It's been about 5 years since I took that. You know, I used to take the, like I said, bodybuilding, you know, you take it, what is it, origin, all the little neens, the N-I-N-E-S, all them words with the neens and nines and all that, arginines and all that. Like, I haven't really taken none of that in approximately about 3 to 5 years, you know what I'm saying? But I mention those because the industry is always, I want y'all to really just take this in mind. Really want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, really understand this and take this into consideration, you know what I mean? Like, the industry always gonna push what make money. So from a business aspect, I understand it. Don't get me wrong. I truly understand it from a business aspect. But what I will say is this, dude. From a personal aspect, and for somebody that's been practicing holistic living for the last couple of years, bro, like all natural is you definitely tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? And the difference between natural and synthetic, the difference between compound nutrition and compound, what would I say? The difference between, like, I use that word, compound nutrition, and the difference between isolated. If you go from a bodybuilding aspect, isolated, you know, that's what most of the movements are. You isolate a certain muscle, you isolate a certain muscle group, XYZ, you know what I'm saying? Same thing go through nutrition. You know, you take certain compounds in certain plants and animal products and different things like that. You isolate those, you take them away from the compound, and you put them into a product. Do they play their part? Yes. Do they have a significance? Yes, I do think they have some type of significance. Don't get me wrong. But what I will say is this. Ever since I went full holistic, I don't take over-the-counter medicine. I don't take, you know, when I get sick, you know what I'm saying? My wife is the one that take care of me, you know what I'm saying? She'll put together different herbs and steam them and make me a certain tea. And it's like, that's what started me in this journey. Ever since then, I've always wanted to approach fitness from a holistic level. Yeah. So a holistic aspect and outlook on fitness is totally different, because you don't take the generic brand, and it's not even generic, but all of the hype brands, you feel me? You got all your hype brands of pre-workout, creatine, all these different things, right? So the difference maker was, I found certain compounds that had everything I needed. And I believe it's 5 different herbs. And me and my wife created a product. And I started to, because I started taking, I just started taking different little teas, you know what I mean? Like drinking different little teas in the morning, you know what I mean? Like when I'm home away from work, you know, wake up, I don't drink coffee like that. And I'm gonna touch bases on that too. But, you know, for a while I didn't drink coffee. So like I wanted to find something that would give me that edge in the gym, especially since I only sleep like what, 3-4 hours, you know what I'm saying? At work, when I'm home, I get about between 5 and 7. You know what I mean? It just depends. I've been working on that more when I'm at the crib. But you know, I wanted to have that edge in the gym, something that, you know what I'm saying, like really, really give me that boost. And I started studying herbology with my wife. My wife went and got certified for it. But we started studying, and I realized, like, okay, in the gym, what's most important? Energy, focus, you know what I'm saying, and blood flow. And it was like, I'm taking the caffeine, like the caffeine construct and like the content of caffeine, bro, is ridiculous. There's no need for you to have 400, 500, 600 milligrams of caffeine at one time. And then you got these cats out here double scooping shit like, you know what I'm saying? Like man, you know what? I'm not gonna talk bad on them because that may work for them. And it worked for me for a couple of years. I'm not gonna sit up in here and stunt, you hear me? But what I will say is, I'm in this for longevity. I'm trying to be lifting until I'm 60, 70, 80 years old, still in the gym, you hear me? Like, I still won't be pushing the weight I'm pushing now in the elderly age, you feel me? So, I started to test with like lion's mane for focus, maca root for, you know, blood flow, different things like that, and ginseng. And then, you know, I started to venture off into like things like Tangadali and ashwagandha, because your mood, one thing about the pre is you have a high ceiling. You got a real high ceiling, but you got a very low basement too. You hear me? Because anytime you shoot off, like what happens to a rocket shoot up in the sky, boom, you hear me? Propel real fast, and then when it fall, when it's time to crash, it crash and burn. So I took that aspect and I realized, like, I don't want to have too high of a high and I don't want to have too low of a low. That's what made me change. And when I started venturing into these different herbs, it was like, I started noticing my body reacted totally different. Now, I've been taking these herbs for about the last 3.5, almost 4 years. And that's what got me from taking all of the said brands that everybody promotes and everything. And like I said, big ups to them people. Like, business-wise, I get it, bro. Like, I totally understand the complex why, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it, and I'm not knocking the game, you hear me? Like, you gotta make money. Money is a tool and an asset out in this world, so I get it. But I wind up taking those, and I noticed, like, there's no crash. There's no crash. There's no super high, you know what I'm saying? This big burst of energy. It's just, I wake up and go to sleep the same way. And if we gonna think about the aspect of consistency, what would you rather? Be able to wake up every day, go to sleep every day the same way? Somebody could wake up out my sleep after 2 hours and I got the same amount of energy and the same amount of push in the gym as I do somebody that sleep 8 hours. You feel what I'm saying? So I started noticing these things. And then the health risk too, bro. Caffeine is not that good of a, is it natural? Yes, it is natural. But instead of the caffeine, I would take ginseng. Ginseng up my energy like a mug, you feel what I'm saying? And I started to promote this to not just gym goers, because my wife started taking it. She started seeing the improvements, you know what I'm saying? Then I started to go with like a lot of cash from my job. Like, everybody come to me, I build custom workout plans. You know, I help people reorder their eating. You know, so I don't really create meal plans no more. When I used to personal train, I used to do that, but I do it for the love. Like I said, I don't really charge people like that. Like, it ain't about the money for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for the love. Like, I love to see people get better, do better. And I feel I get what people say, because a lot of people say, I should be charging for my knowledge and all that. Nah, I get it, bro. I get it. It's just, that's a whole nother video. I ain't gonna even get into that. We'll be talking for hours about that. But taking these herbs changed my whole aspect. And so people at work started realizing, like, okay, this is back in the day when we was working between 12 and 14 hour shifts every day. I'm going to sleep, I wake up, go to the gym, fasted, take a shower, cook, and all that before I go to work. Now, this is when I go back, this is when I head out there on my hitch. Everybody, same question. How the hell are you doing this, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not sleep 8 hours? How do you still have the motivation and I gave up on the motivation shit a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Because don't get it twisted. They got days I wake up, bro, I do not want to go to the gym. I do not want to go to the gym, son. I'm not gonna even sit up in here and stun and act like every day I'm just so thrilled to go to, nah. Sometimes, bro, I be tired. Sometimes I be having life, life be life, you hear me? I don't want to do that. But what I will say is, to answer the question, because at first I was just like, bro, same thing that everybody hear on YouTube and in social media, oh, motivation. Then I realized, like, motivation don't last that long. Like, I used to listen to the motivational, the stuff from, like, Eric Thomas and all that, E.T., you know what I'm saying? And the Machiavelli motivational little songs and inserts and shit like that. But I started realizing, like, I don't need to hear this shit every day. I don't need to hear the struggle. I don't need to hear talking about the grind and like. This goes back to a video I made not too long ago where I focused on the love of, I fell in love with fitness and I fell in love with making myself better, you know what I'm saying? So to answer that question for everybody, I started putting everybody on like, hey, look, bro, like, try this, try that. So a couple of people tried, but then they realized, like, buying these herbs separately, a lot of times this is what happens. A lot of people don't have, they say, quote unquote, they don't have time to mix these different herbs or make different teas throughout the day. A light bulb went off. So I was like, damn. Everybody really just on a time constraint out there where I work at. So I put all the herbs together. I found which ones work together, because that's another thing too. My wife will explain that later on. It's like certain herbs, you can't mix them together because they cancel each other out, the different, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta know what you're doing. So we found a combination of herbs that work. And what's crazy is we did this, and I've seen more results from people at work than the people that I service in the gym. The people at work, I mean, bro, like, these people, these are people that they don't go to the gym. They don't work out. None. Most of the people that take my supplements don't even work out. But I started noticing something. People was going down 2 and 3 belt sizes within like the first month. You know what I'm saying? And that intrigued me right there. And that's what made me stay consistent with it. And I say all that to say, like, man, don't ever feel like going against the grain to be scared. Don't ever be scared to go against the grain, bro. I live my life like that. You feel what I'm saying? God don't make no mistakes, and I stand by that, because it's like certain people just don't fit in. Yeah, like I tried that at a young age. Tried that fitting in. Fitting in shit don't work. Not for me. You know, for everybody else, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but all in all, bro, at the end of the day, if you feel like doing something different, been going to the gym, you're taking all these products in, longevity is the game, is the name of the game. If longevity is something that intrigues you, and holistic fitness, I didn't make up that term or nothing like that, but it's just like, we gotta stop going towards stuff that you buy over the counter, dog. Stuff that got a expiration date, shit you buy from the store. When it come from God, bro, it ain't got no expiration, dog. Like, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, like I said, man, all in all, bro, y'all know I don't like taking too much of y'all time, man. I'm driving down my little street close to the crib. But that was just a little insight on why I switched from all of these store-bought brands of pre-workout, and you know what I'm saying? That was my transition. That's why I transitioned. Like, it was all about longevity too. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of health risks that I had as well, taking as much pre as I did. You know what I'm saying? Man, I done took pre, went to the gym, drove home, and that crash, I crashed while I was driving home, this is before I moved closer to my job. I used to drive 5.5 hours back to the spot, yeah. I was probably about 1.5 hours away from work. I'm on the highway, bro, and I was coming off the pre. I had worked out, and then I had shot to the house, man, and I crashed off the pre, bro. And it's like, you know, that crash feeling, like you start, you know what I'm saying? Your eyes get heavy, you know what I'm saying? You just really want to just chill. Long story short, the sunlight, I'm coming around the curve. Sunlight beamed in my eye, yeah. As the sunlight beaming in my eye, I went to squint. Now me squinting, coming down off the pre-workout, my eyes already heavy and I'm tired. I think I worked like 15 hours, some crazy shit like that. Worked like 15 hours, 15, 16 hours. Man, I'm driving home, thick. Sun hit me, boom. Eyes get low, and I must have squinted, son. No lie, bro. Fell asleep for I don't know how long. I can't even fathom how long it was. I just know I fell asleep long enough to where when I came to, I was going like 80, 85 miles an hour. And I smacked the guardrail. Like, luckily I'm going straight. Like I told you, I was going around a curve. So I smacked the guardrail on the side of my whip. And that's what woke me up, luckily. And when I woke up, it was a big Ford dually on the right-hand side. It was a dude and his wife, yeah. Dude and his wife, they rolled down the window, and he's yelling at me like you good, you good, you good. We driving down the highway. So he guides me with his truck to make sure I don't run off into the other traffic. I pull over. That's why I said, bro, God is good, son. Like, don't ever mistake that, son. I don't play about God, and I don't play about family. I smacked the wall, and it looked like Wolverine took his 3 claws and ran across the side of my whip, but only from the back of my front fender to the door, and a little bit on my rear fender. And what's crazy is that's the only damage I had to my Camaro. That's why I got it wrapped. But every day I used to walk out to my car, it reminded me, bro, of like how close I was to. And it was a mix. I'm not gonna say it was just a pre, but it was the mix of like having that up and then that crash, you know what I'm saying? And like too much working, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga was tired, dog. You know what I'm saying? But that is what sparked my journey of like, man, I need to find something different. I need something that's more natural. I need something that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a couple of health scares, you know what I mean? I'll talk about that another time, but the moral of this shit is, like I was saying before that story, dog, don't be scared to go against the grain and find your own path. Me, I'm real big on holistic health, dog. Like, whole natural foods. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I quit drinking alcohol and all that. Like, it's just, I went through my own journey, bro. And I want y'all to find yours. You know what I'm saying? But, man, I'm finna pull up at the crib. Finna spend some time with my wife before I go to work tomorrow. I gotta wash the dog, clean the house and all that before I leave tomorrow. But, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already know me, man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, you hear me? But, like I said, don't be scared to go against the grain, dog. If you don't fit in, you don't fit in for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta feel like you gotta fit in and all that, son. Don't do it. Don't worry about all that. Be you. Be you. You know what I'm saying? So, for all my ladies, all my gentlemen, all my youngsters, I love y'all, you hear me? I done practice. I think this the longest I done talked on one of my vids, dog, so, you know. But it's all love, man. I love y'all, you hear me? Peace, one, baby. I'm out.